Welcome in, everybody, to the CFB Showdown podcast. We have an excellent show for you guys today. We'll be giving you our best bets for Week 6. And, folks, we're 67% on the year thus far, so pay attention. Let's go ahead and make some money together. Well, folks, we'll start off our best bets segment with Colorado going to Arizona State, and we see this as a double bet opportunity. We recommend that you take Colorado -4 and also hit the over at 63.5 points. For the over, folks, we see it as a simple choice. Both of these teams have shown an incredible ability to put points up against subpar defenses, and both of them have an opportunity to play weak defenses and put points on the scoreboard. We feel very confident that 63.5 is going to get hit and would even take this over-under at a potentially higher number. Now, as far as the line at Colorado -4, this is a little bit of a feel pick for us. Colorado has shown some moments of excellence this season, beating TCU, as well as playing USC in a close game. I think USC is one of the best teams in the country this year. We just have a feeling that Deion Sanders is going to have his team ready to play and win this game by 1 or 2 scores, so we're pretty confident that they will cover 4 points. Next up, we have an SEC matchup for you guys as LSU goes to Missouri. The over on that game is 58.5, and we recommend that you take that. LSU is one of the best offenses in the country, led by quarterback Jaden Daniels. However, they've struggled this year to play defense, as we saw last week, against a strong Ole Miss team. They lost the game 55-49. Missouri, on the other hand, has been averaging 30-something a game. They're 5-0 in the season, but have not played really a strong team yet. Their best win coming against Kansas State in Week 3, 30-27. We expect them to score well over 30 points. We think LSU is a very weak defense, and that's going to allow Missouri to put out more points than they usually would. And we think LSU is going to do what LSU does, and we think they're easily going to hit the over at 58.5. Now, we thought about taking Missouri plus 6.5 also, because Big Game Brian is going to Big Game Brian, but we're just really not that confident in that game. We've not seen enough from Missouri, so this is going to be a game where we can learn a lot about Missouri, and if maybe they're an actual contender for the SEC this year, it's pretty wide open. We'll see, but we recommend you don't touch the line and you smash that over. Next up, we go to the granddaddy of them all as Washington State goes to the Rose Bowl to take on the UCLA Bruins. Cougars come into the game at a 2.5-point dog, and we recommend that you take the Cougars to cover against UCLA. Now, under Chip Kelly, UCLA has been a model of inconsistency this year. They had a tough loss against Utah, 14-7. Their best win on the year is against San Diego State, 35-10. So not a lot coming from UCLA this year. Washington State, on the other hand, had a great win last week against Oregon State, which I think is a very strong team. They also have a great win against Wisconsin, 31-22, and they pounded Colorado State 50-24. Now, we have a feeling on this game that Washington State is going to win the game outright, despite what most models are showing. ESPN likes UCLA to win the game with a 66% chance of winning. However, we disagree, think that Washington State could potentially win this game, but at the minimum cover. So we like the Cougars and recommend that you take them. Next up, folks, we have a question for you guys that is as old as time. Horns up or horns down? That's right, we're going to the Cotton Bowl for the Red River Shootout, where the 12th ranked Oklahoma Sooners take on the University of Texas Longhorns, who are ranked 3rd in the country. In this game, folks, we are expecting an offensive shootout, as both teams have shown incredibly efficient offense this season thus far. Now, Texas is a very hyped-up team this year. After their win against the University of Alabama, people were proclaiming that Texas was back, but that is a little bit of a question mark now, as Alabama has looked like a declining team from what we usually expect from a Nick Saban-coached Alabama football team. Texas had a struggle of a game against the University of Wyoming as the Cowboys took them deep into the second half. Cowboys ended up losing the game in the fourth quarter, 31-10, but it put some question marks on the University of Texas, and are they really the 3rd best team in the country? Oklahoma, on the other hand, is untested. They have not played a strong team yet this year, but they've handled their business, and they look very much like a talented team. Now, the line on this game is Oklahoma +5. You can find that a little higher, a little lower. It has been fluctuating, but either way, we think this line is way too high for a neutral site game between two pretty evenly matched teams. ESPN predicts Oklahoma to have a 55% chance of winning this game. And like we said earlier, we think whoever has the ball last in this game is going to win this game. And we're not sure that Oklahoma is going to win this game, but we think it's going to be closer than 5 points. And we do recommend that you take Oklahoma to cover 5 in this game. And if you can get more, take it. All right, for our next segment, we're going to be taking in calls. And first on the line is a longtime listener of the show. Welcome in, Buck.
Howdy. It's great to be back on the show. I love talking football with you. But I heard, through the grapevine that you maybe have been insulting my favorite team, the best team in the country. Okay, Texas A&M. Okay, Giga Mags, whoop. Okay, but I think it's ridiculous that you don't think A&M is not the greatest team in college football right now.
Buck, we were looking at taking Texas A&M plus 10 against Alabama, but frankly, the team is a little bit bipolar. We don't know what to expect in them. 1 minute, they're beating Auburn, who almost beat Georgia, and the next they're losing to Miami by 2 scores. We're not sure what to do with them. We got some questions about Jimbo, frankly.
Jimbo, okay, is signed to a lifetime contract, basically. Okay, Winbo with Jimbo. Okay, he's carrying us to an SEC championship this season. Okay, we had a rough start with Miami. I agree, but winning every game after that. Okay, Max Johnson been throwing great games. We got great speed. Devin A-Chain killing it out there, and Nia Smith, being a great receiver. We're looking great. We're at a home field advantage versus Bama. The culture at Kyle Field is unbeatable. It's the best in the nation. So I find it ridiculous that you would think that.
Well, it's well known that the media has a well-established anti-Texas A&M bias, and nobody's arguing that here. And we know you're obviously taking A&M plus 10, but what do you think about the over/under at 50?
Now that's a little. I think it's going to be a defensive game. Okay, I definitely think to bet the under in this scenario. But based on how we played against Bama in the past, it's going to be a defensive game. We're going to keep them to. You can't let Bama get the ball rolling. You got to keep them pretty scoreless. So I think it's going to be a long run game for us. We're going to eat the clock. We're going to keep Bama to under 21 points. It's going to be a close game. It's going to come down. But I think A&M is gonna pull out in the end, maybe get some last fourth quarter scores and get that over on the plus 10, but under on the 50 points for sure.
All right, those are wise words. Thank you for calling in, Buck, and as always, horns down.
Horns down. Texas can eat shit.
Well, that'll do it for all of us in our studios in America's finest city, San Antonio, Texas. Just a reminder, we are 6 for 9 on our picks for the year. That puts us at 67%. And frankly, folks, the CFB Showdown podcast is a money-making machine. It's not too late to hop on the bandwagon and start mirroring our picks. We'll keep them coming for you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, God bless.